Hi, welcome back to yoga. My name's Deborah. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Um, yeah, I have to do all the business stuff first. Like it, subscribe, tell somebody. If you don't like it, you know what to do. Just keep it to yourself. Can't say something nice, just don't say anything at all. All right, friends, but I know you're going to love it. So, anyway, what we're going to do today, the last video we shot really concentrating on opening our heart, doing a lot of shoulder and chest openers. Today I thought I'd balance that with a little bit of hip work. So today we're going to really concentrate on those hips. So if you are having trouble with your sciatic, lower back pain, a lot of that comes from the hip and its placement according to your body. So this should be a great video for you. Our hips do hold stress, just like our shoulders. They do get out of line, just like everything else. So, without further ado, friends, let's take a nice deep breath and prepare our minds for yoga. Shoulders back and down, finding our body's alignment first. Ooh, sometimes it takes a couple, so let's give it another little roll. We're trying to put our shoulder blades back and down, open up your shoulders, and then think about where your head is, because most of us have a little bit of a forward tilt, because think about this. I'm on my phone. I'm on my computer. I'm reading my book. I'm doing my knitting. I'm doing my sewing. So it's really difficult for us to try to bring that head back where it belongs, show our beautiful necks off. Hello. So thinking about those shoulders, thinking about that neck, we're going to work our way down the body. Let's take a nice deep breath. Just bring your focus into your hips. Just let them relax a little bit first. Just give it a little wiggle. That's okay. All right, friends, we're going to begin with our right foot on top of the left and open up that hip, or maybe it'll come all the way up. Now, maybe the first time we do this today, you're down here, and that's okay. Maybe by the last time we do this today, you're still down there. That's okay. I want you to find your posture, and I want you to press your heart towards me, and that's going to ask that hip to open up. I want you to keep your back as straight as you can. Now, if that is not feeling like a stretch to you, feel free to bring it on up to that opposite knee. If you've brought it up to that opposite knee, and your knee is near your chin, that means your hip is very tight. I'd ask you to bring it back down here. Ask it nicely to open up. All right, friends? It's not a competition. Yoga is the opposite of a competitive sport. So do what feels good for your body. We have one more nice deep breath right where we are, either up high or down low. Our posture is tall. Wherever you are, I want you to find your left hand. Remember, I'm a mirror to you. So we're going to scoop that left hand underneath that right knee. And I'm going to just pull it up towards my left shoulder. Now, I'm just going to turn my torso and look to the right. So that should bring that stretch way down deep in your hip, looking back into the right. If you feel comfortable and you want to pull it up a little bit higher, you certainly may. I like to keep that ankle on my opposite knee just for a little extra support, so I'm not putting all of the weight of my leg onto my shoulder. We have one more nice deep breath here. And we're going to let that hip go. And then I'm going to grab it with both hands. And I'm going to uncross that ankle and bring it straight to my heart. Sitting up nice and tall. So now we've shifted our focus to right back here where we connect those glutes and the hamstrings. Nice and tall. Remember, you're going to be tempted to round the back, and that's going to release your stretch. So I want you to try to find your posture. Keep your postural muscles nice and strong. The stronger they are, the less work your hips have to do to support you all day long. And now we're just going to take that heel and kick it straight away from our body. You might have to scoot a little closer to the edge of your seat. Pull that toe towards you. Pull your spine up nice and tall and give it a little stretch. You say, why am I stretching the back of my leg to help relax my hip? Well, that hamstring, when your hips are out of line, is going to work double time. So, and the tighter that hamstring gets, the tighter our lower backs get, the tighter our hips get. So it's all connected, friends. So we're going to give that hamstring a nice stretch right here. Remember, the taller you are, the more it comes up into that top part of your leg. One more nice deep breath. And we'll sit up tall. We're going to take this right leg all the way out to the side and drop the left off the front of the chair. My right hand is giving me support on that right leg, and I just want to try to open my hip. Try to push your leg straight. It may not get straight today, and that's okay. And then I'm just going to add a big reach with that left arm, making my body as long as it can be. Use your breath. Take a look down at your toe. Ask your body to open, to be longer, to be stronger. One more breath here. And we'll relax that shoulder and knee. We're going to bring our shoulder, hip, and knee all in line. I'm going to scoot all the way to the edge of my chair and just let gravity help me open the hip. Just let it sink. Now, falling off your chair does count as falling, and that is against the rules. So I am holding onto my chair with my right hand. Maybe I'm holding onto the back. Maybe I'm holding onto the bottom. If you're holding onto the back, make sure you don't just take that chair with you when you tump. One more breath. Asking. Open, open, open. One more breath. And then we'll open up both hips to the front of the room. Nice and tall in the middle. Knees are open. They're going to try to fall in. I want you to try to use your strength to keep them open. And this may be where you stay. If you need a deeper stretch, we're going to take a deep breath, reaching all the way up. Our palms will find each other and come down through the heart center. Every time my hands come down through heart center, my belly button automatically comes in. How about yours? Still training? It's all good. Push your feet into the floor and press your heart forward. Come a little closer. Let me see your beautiful face. One more breath. Asking those hips open. Your thought for this video is open. One more breath and we'll sit tall. Let's drop our left hand towards the floor and take our right arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to push in two directions. Take a look to the right. Oh, feeling this through our rib cage, through the upper back. Let your shoulder go. And we're still keeping those hips open, so we're feeling a little opening in that hip too. I'm actually giving my left leg a little pressure to open just a little bit more. You don't have to if you're already feeling quite a bit of stretch. We have one more breath. And we'll come back to center, and we'll try that on the other side, just dropping that right arm, lifting the left, take a look to the left, push your right hip into the chair, and then again, I'm putting a little pressure on my right leg to open up a little bit. You don't have to. Find the stretch where it works for you. We have one more breath here. And we'll come back to the center. And now I have to try to remember what I did on the right side so we can do it all on the left. We're going to start with that leg crossed over, either at the foot or at the knee, wherever it works best for you. Nice and tall. Adding a press forward with your heart if you need it. You may not need it. Remember, we talked about it. If you need to stay down here, no problem. If that knee is trying to be up next to your heart, open up. Or come back down here, no problem, friends. Find the stretch where it works for you. You got to meet your body. And breathe. How's your posture? Were you slouching? Ooh, when you straightened up, did you really feel that hip? Yes. Whew. Let's have one more breath here. Try to relax your toes inside your shoe. Were your toes like this? Relax. Everything's fine. One more breath, and then that right hand is going to tuck behind, and we're going to try to pull that knee towards our right shoulder. Then we're going to take a look to the left. I'm giving myself support on the chair. So a little spinal rotation as well as that stretch through the hip. Remember, if you need it to be deeper, you can come in a little closer. I like to give myself support with that ankle on the opposite knee. It just makes me feel a little safer, a little bit more supported. One more nice deep breath. And we'll unwind here, relax. Now I'm going to grab that leg with both hands and bring it up towards my heart, lift up. No slouching. I hope you hear me whispering in your ear when you're not watching these videos. Sit up tall, no slouching. I'm sure my children do. We'll hold it right there and relax. Let's kick that heel away from the body, pushing that heel, pulling that toe. Here's the secret. And come on forward, and then that pulls our stretch right up into that hamstring. Whew. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? One more nice deep breath here. Remember, we talked about how everything is connected, so by letting those hamstrings relax, we're doing so much good for our lower back, our hips, our body alignment. One more breath, and we'll sit tall. And then we're going to take this left leg and we're going to take it all the way out to the right side, or left side, and drop that right off the front of the chair. My left arm is going to give me support on the left leg. My right leg is going to push back and away from my body. You may not get that leg all the way straight today, and that is okay. Wherever you are is just fine. If you want to add that reach with the right arm, you certainly may. I'm looking down at my left toe, and I'm making that body nice and long. We have one more breath. Make it count. Open that body. And then we'll relax. I'm just going to bring my shoulder, hip, and knee all in line. I'm scooting to the very edge of my sit chair, and I'm just letting gravity help pull that hip down and open. Sit as tall as you can be. If you're not feeling very much stretch, you can add a little pelvic tilt. That's going to really open that hip flexor. Sometimes just those small adjustments make a huge difference in how you feel the stretch. We have one more breath here. And we'll sit up tall. We'll plant that foot. Come on around. And now we are sitting on the edge of our chair. I told you we'd get to practice this more than once. So right foot on top of left, or maybe now you're feeling a little bit looser. You can sit up tall. Find that stretch where it works for you. If you were already here at the beginning and you're feeling empowered to add a little lean forward, you certainly may. I'm going to show you this from the side. Because if I'm here, I can bend all the way down. Yes, because I've released the stretch. Find that posture, keep everything in line, and then add a press forward with that heart and feel the difference. Oh my gooseneck. Whew. We have one more breath. And we'll sit tall. We'll put that foot down on the floor and we'll just switch that stretch right to the other side. Left foot on top of right, opening that hip, maybe to the opposite knee, nice and tall. Maybe you're adding a press forward, maybe not. Maybe you're down here and you said, oh, I could add this press forward and open that hip a little bit deeper from where I am. Wonderful. So let's talk about maybe one side of your body is tighter than the other, and that is totally normal, but we do want to try to treat both sides the same so we don't further imbalance ourselves. So if on one side you're getting one leg up but not on the other, you don't necessarily have to force something, okay? One more breath. And we'll sit up nice and tall. Now we're going to put both feet on the floor, and I'm going to take a stance a little bit wider than my shoulders. So I want you to imagine that you have paint on the bottom of your feet. And you want to make an outline of your feet on the floor, but you don't want to show the sole of your shoe. So I'm going to roll around the edges of my shoe. If you're not wearing shoes, you can do this with your feet. Just try to put the edges of your toes, your heels, the outside of your foot, and here's the hard part, the inside of your foot. So we're not just working all those little muscles in our feet, we're also working our hips because obviously they have to follow to allow you that mobility. Now it doesn't matter which direction you're going, I just want you to reverse. This mimics our natural movements in daily life. That constant quest for balance. All of our parts following in line with each other. Let's go one more time around. And then when you come back to your heels, let's just roll toes to heels just to get our feet back in line where they were before. That may have felt like quite a bit of work for your feet as well as your hips. Oh, those bodies, they're all connected. Let's have flat feet right here, friends. Sitting tall, our shoulders are back and down, all the way down. Open your palms. Reach for the floor. Touch the ceiling with the top of your head. Now touch your shoulder blades together behind you. Bring that head back a little bit further like we talked about at the beginning. Now we have shoulders, hips, right in line. Coming straight out to our knees on top of our ankles. We have found our body's alignment. I hope that these stretches are beneficial to you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, friends. Heart, hands to heart center, and namaste.